Types of obesity. As obesity is defined as the excessive accumulation of fat inside the body. So these accumulation of fats in the body are distributed by two ways. They are distributed in the body according to the different regions on the body. So these are of two types: unripe fat distribution, also known as apple-shaped obesity, and gynoid fat distribution, also known as pear-shaped obesity. So what this means is regional fat distribution. Regional fat distribution means as obesity is defined as the excessive accumulation of fats in the body. So these fats are accumulated on the different regions of the body. So what are these regions? As the abdominal fat mass. When the fat are accumulated on the abdomen region or around the waist, then it will be known as unripe fat distribution, or it will be known as apple obesity, apple type obesity. And if the accumulation of fat occurs on the hip and the thigh regions, then it is known as gynoid fat distribution, or also known as pear-shaped obesity. Now let's see into the detail of each type of obesity. The first is the apple-shaped obesity. In the apple-shaped obesity, the fat accumulation occurs on the unripe region. So in the apple-shaped obesity, the excessive fat are distributed around the waist of the person and around the abdominal region. As you can see here, the excessive fat are accumulated inside the abdominal region as compared to the subcutaneous fats are less. So apple-shaped obesity, or you can say the unripe fat distribution, is a risk factor for many diseases. In apple-shaped obesity or unripe fat obesity, what will be the harmful effects or what will be the risk factors of this type of obesity? As it will lead to the high glucose levels and there will be the insulin resistance. So it means that there will be the reduced insulin levels. So higher glucose levels and reduced insulin levels, it will eventually lead to the formation of diabetes. And there is also the higher free fatty acid levels and low HDL levels occur in the unripe fat distribution, which may ultimately lead to which is the greatest risk factor for the heart diseases and high blood pressure. And this apple type obesity or unripe fat distribution also lead to the mortality. The greatest risk factor, the highest risk factor, it can also lead to the mortality. So this was about the apple fat distribution. Now the other type of obesity is the pear-shaped obesity. In pear-shaped obesity, the fat distribution occurs on the gynoid region, or the regional fat distribution is the gynoid fat distribution. In the pear-shaped obesity, the excessive fat are accumulated on the hips and thighs. As you can see, as compared to the apple-shaped obesity, there the abdominal fat content is less as compared to the subcutaneous fat. So under the skin or the subcutaneous fat is more as compared to the abdominal fat. So in pear-shaped obesity, what will be the harmful effects as compared this as this pear-shaped obesity or gynoid obesity as compared to the unripe fat distribution or apple-shaped obesity? It is less harmful. It can cause less cardiac and thoracic diseases when it is compared to that of the apple-shaped obesity and unripe fat distribution. As the apple-shaped obesity is more harmful and causes more diseases, more heart and thoracic diseases, but as compared to that, this gynoid fat distribution and this pear-shaped obesity having the less effects. But the bad news is that, like in this pear-shaped obesity, the fat content of the body there are very less chances to reduce the fat content of the body as compared to the apple-shaped obesity. This is all about the types of obesity. As we studied about it, there are two types of obesity. Depends on the accumulation on the specific regions of the body, as the unripe fat distribution and the gynoid fat distribution. And unripe fat distribution is also known as apple-shaped obesity, as the accumulation of fats occurring on the waist or on the abdominal area, and the pear-shaped obesity, or also known as gynoid fat distribution, in which the fat accumulation occurs in the hip and the thighs regions. And as when we compare both types of obesity, the apple-shaped obesity or the unripe-shaped obesity is more harmful, having the more risk factors for different diseases. Even it can lead to the obesity lead to the mortality as compared to the pear-shaped obesity, as it is less harmful, less toxic as compared to the apple-shaped obesity.